before we jump into the channeling, I just want to ask you guys, those of you who watch the videos on YouTube, those of you who watch the videos in the Creation Temple, I want to know what you get out of these messages. Do they help your healing? Do you feel that they are helpful for your ascension journey? How do you use these videos in your everyday life? As I contemplate channeling and the service that I offer into the world, my primary goal is to assist your healing and assist your expansion and your growth and your ascension. And so I'm just curious, for those of you who watch these videos, what do they do for you? How do you, and not just what they do for you, but how do you take the information and apply it to your life so that you can grow and you can heal? Or do you just have it running in the background and it doesn't really make a difference in your world? I want to know if this is a useful service that I want to continue to provide for you. So give me that feedback so that I can get more clarity on how these are helpful or not. So thank you for being here with me and watching these videos and receiving the information. We're going to start off with the forecast for May and see what Prime Creator would like to share about that. Dear ones, just a brief message about the current events. As we have spoken in many conversations before, that the matrix would be dissolving, that the new Earth matrix would be created and would be emerging. And this is what is occurring now, dear ones. What you are seeing, what you are experiencing with chaotic energies, with shadow forces doing their thing, all of this is happening, and all of this is in perfect divine order, even though it may feel uncomfortable, even though it may seem like the world is getting worse. Dear ones, I assure you that we are moving in the direction that we have been talking about for many years now. And so I will not spend too much time talking about specifics, because your focus now needs to be on creating and emerging the new Earth. And specifically, dear ones, what are you doing in your part, for your part, in allowing the new Earth to emerge and in being a co-creator of what the new Earth will look like, how it will feel, what frequencies will be allowed in the new Earth, what frequencies are old paradigm and need to leave and be dissolved. All of these things now need to be in the forefront of your focus. And so with this as your foundational understanding, for May, there will be waves and waves of energy. And these waves may feel overwhelming at times, but understand that you are also equipped to integrate the energies coming in. Now, some of these waves will feel heavier and more of the shadowy nature, and some of them will be pure light, dear ones. Most of the waves coming in for May are pure bliss, pure light. Now, an understanding is important here, because for many of you, they may not feel like pure bliss. But that is because when waves of energy like this, that are of such a high frequency, hit your being, your physical body, your emotional body, your mental bodies, etc., when the frequencies come in this strong and meet your being, whatever is not a match to these frequencies will be revealed, will be felt, will be seen, will be heard. And this can be very uncomfortable, even for those of you who have been doing your inner work, even for those of you who are quite expanded, because of the nature and the degree of high frequency of these waves. They may feel very uncomfortable as they dredge up old patterns. They will show you anything that is not yet integrated at the deepest levels within your being. Old wounds, old patterns that you may not have had to deal with for quite some time may resurface. And this is not because you need to go through a massive healing process again. This is because it is not fully rooted into your being. The integration is not fully anchored in. And so if this occurs for you, if something comes up, simply invite the full anchoring and full integration of the transmuted version of this wound. Take a deep breath, dear ones. This is a new way that you can process very quickly and not need to get stuck in the processing and the healing. The integration can happen much more quickly, but your old neurology, your old wiring, your old ways of self-healing will tell you perhaps that you need to have a long, drawn-out healing journey. But I'm telling you, dear ones, that this is all shifting, that your healing can be very efficient. The integration of the remembering of who you truly are can happen very quickly now. And so again, all you need to do is ask that your fully integrated self be anchored and rooted into your body and being at the deepest levels, and allow this to occur, and trust that the energetics are here supporting you now. And indeed, these waves coming in May will assist you to clean things up, so to speak, very quickly within your body and being. Remembering that your focus now is to be on what you are creating in the light, your intentions for New Earth, how you are co-creating the emerging of the new Earth. This is now your focus, dear ones. And again, this is not a bypass to not have to deal with any wounds or anything that needs to be healed and integrated. This is the focus. I hope you can understand the difference, dear ones. It is still important for you to deal with whatever needs to be dealt with. But the primary direction and attention of your energy needs to be on what you are creating in the light and how you are serving to co-create the new earth. Because if you are hearing this message, you are in service to the co-creation of the new earth. You are a supporter, allowing the new earth to emerge.
Those energies that are all talking about, do they have something to do with the photon belt, that we go more and more into the photon belt, or are those different energies?
Yes, some of these frequencies are from the photon belt, and many of them are from, I will call them solar codes, because there is your sun, there's the great central sun, all of the suns that are contributing to planetary ascension and the birthing of the new earth. There are codes that come direct from source. There are God codes, there are Christed light codes. These are all very high frequency energy waves that are coming to you in May. And of course, some of these have already been coming to your planet Earth. You have experienced some of this, but I'm saying that the amplification will be much greater in May.
Yeah, Prime Creator, can you share a little bit more detail about if there's anything else we can do as we react, particularly if we react in a negative way? Is there any more detail you can share about how to move through that quickly, other than, asking to integrate it and move on? Is there anything else we need to know?
This will be different for each person, because each person has different wiring and a different way of integration. And so this is why I was broad in my suggestion. But for some people, it will be helpful to ask, why am I reacting in this way? What is the core of this trigger for me? Is there anything I need to know about my reaction, about this trigger? Or can I simply let it go? Is there something I need to reorganize or rearrange within my nervous system in order to deal with this trigger? You can ask questions like this to get more information. And then it can also be very helpful to work with a healing professional who can perhaps see things in your subconscious that you are not able to see for yourself at the moment. This can be a helpful strategy as well. Or to talk with a trusted friend who has those abilities to reflect back to you what is occurring in your subconscious that you may not be able to see for yourself in that moment.
These new energies that are coming in for May, can these source energies also clear and cleanse the contamination from being in polarity this incarnation, and help the sacred geometry within us be renewed, like our blueprint soul essence within us? I thank you.
Yes, dear one, to some degree at this point. And I will explain a bit more, because there is so much contamination and disruption of the sacred geometries within the human beings, from EMFs, from chemicals, from things that are not natural to the human form. It is a bit more of a challenge depending on where you are located geographically, depending on how you are wired, depending on the food you eat, the water you drink, etc., depending on how well you take care of the physical body. It can be more or less of a challenge to restore your sacred geometries using these frequencies, because if you continue to experience ongoing bombardment of the discombobulation energies, the constant repair work that needs to be done is taking a lot of energy. And so, again, depending on a variety of factors, you will be able to restore your original divine blueprint more easily or less easily. And so it is for each one to discern what is needed to put themselves in the best position for healing, for expansion, for restoring the original divine blueprint. Now, of course, if this is your desire to restore your original divine blueprint, simply set this intention. The energies will help as best they can. But there are some limitations because of the balance of things. Now, this will shift, dear ones. There will be a time where the energies will be able to assist you in completely restoring your human form in its original divine blueprint design. But where we are now with the frequencies, there is still so much bombardment that it is not yet the balance that is needed to restore yourselves deeply, in some cases, for some people. I also wish to speak to you about a topic that has been triggering for some, but it is important to come into collective healing. And this is with the Christ codes, the Christed light. You may have known him as Yeshua or Jesus Christ, and the God codes. For some who have grown up in the Christian religion, to hear, even to hear the name of God or the name Jesus Christ, it sets off alarm bells within their nervous system. And we are coming into the time of the return of Christ. And it is okay if each person has a different understanding of what this means. But the overall healing that needs to occur in the collective in order for this return of Christ to come to fruition is an acceptance of Jesus Christ as an important frequency to integrate. And the same with God. It is important that each being allows God to be a central figure in their lives. And again, it is okay if you have different understandings of who and what God is. Each person is meant to have their own personal relationship and their own understanding. But the key here is to have that relationship and not to push that away because of how you may have been harmed by religion or how you may have been wounded by the church or things of this nature. And so I plant the seed with you, dear ones, because it is very relevant now in these times to know that it is safe to return to God, to know that it is safe to return to Jesus the Christ or Yeshua or whatever word you would use in your own knowing. And to heal any wounds that may have been, that you may have experienced by being part of religion or part of the church.
In regard to what you spoke of about the religion, will there be a time very soon, or can we actually create it with our words and actions, where all the religions, all the bad parts of the religions will go away, the toxic masculine and religion will, everything will be found out that was negative, and then we can move towards a positive where God is, divine feminine, divine masculine are one in supporting the source, Thank you.
Thank you, dear one. Yes, beautiful question. I cannot say when that time will be, but we are in progress for this to unfold. And as we have had many conversations, that disclosure will happen, all will be revealed. And again, the timing is up to the calibration of the collective consciousness and when it is more ready to receive that information in a way that is safe, in a way that human beings can remain intact psychologically and emotionally to receive that information. So we are not there yet, dear ones, but the information is slowly being revealed, and those who are ready to see it, hear it, receive it are doing so at this time, and more will become ready.
The question was about the physical pain in my physical body, all the issues that I've had through the years. I asked about the pain of the physical body that I struggle with, but I have been receiving sacred geometries. I don't really see the sacred geometries, but I sense and feel them. The patterns of perfection is what came to me, is what they possibly were. And I was asking the Creator if all these things, the sacred geometry will heal all things in my body and my spiritual body, my physical, emotional, etheric. I asked if that was true. And then the Creator responded that I was building my new matrix, the new earth body. And it's a dual operation where you're building your earth body and the sacred geometry that I sense and feel is a part of your matrix, the new earth body and your new operating system. And he shared, just simply allow for this to expand and continue, whereby your higher self and other aspects of you beyond your human conscious awareness is working in your wholeness. Your wholeness to construct a new operating system. And this is done in this reality now, as well as in the new earth reality.
Yes, so I would like to explain a bit for the public how this is working so that you can each have an understanding for yourself of what you are moving towards as the new earth emerges. So what is occurring is each soul that is electing to be part of the new earth has a physical body there that is in its perfection. And so there are sacred geometries that make up the physical body, the etheric body, the energy field within the body, around the body, all of these things. There are codes and energy signatures that are part of your new earth body. And as you heal yourself in this third dimension and your current reality, you can connect with the perfection of your new earth body to begin receiving these codes now, to begin activating your original divine blueprint now. Now, in the work that some of you have been doing with this channel, you have been doing this work for years, actually. And I am sharing with all of you that you can do this for yourselves in your own way if you are not working directly with this channel's work. And so it is simply to set that intention, to activate receive and integrate your original divine blueprint codes, energy signatures, and sacred geometries. And all of this is being held in perfection in the new earth form of your body.
So, Prime Creator, thank you for sharing this. Practically speaking, does that mean we do this through meditation, prayer, asking for this to come in? Are there other pieces that you can share that will help to anchor those in?
Yes, dear one. It is really through the intention, the prayers, the meditation. It is through the nurturing and healing of your current physical body, the food that you eat, the water that you drink, the environments in which you place your body, all of the support that you give your physical body in the here and now is part of summoning forth those divine blueprints and codes. And now that it is in your awareness, you can set your intention for those things while you do all the things that you do now in order for your original divine blueprint to activate with more amplification, with more efficiency.
How does one let go? Like, it, just ask God to help with that?
It is difficult for me to send this information through this channel because this is not something that she has fully integrated. So I will do my best to explain, dear one. It is an energetic release that occurs at the level of the root, the level of the soul, the level of the mind. It is a decision and a choice to surrender, to not take up control. It is a decision that you make to not have to be in control. It is a decision that you make to know that you are safe, even if your cellular memory is vibrating to a different frequency. At some point, you must make a decision to be safe. Much of this comes down to choice, dear one. And as we have discussed earlier in this transmission, that the frequencies are now supporting humans' ability to integrate and anchor the transmutation of wounds. You can simply practice this, dear one, saying, today I choose to be safe. And from that safety, what do I wish to express? What do I wish to release? What control do I want to let go of today, knowing that I am safe? We will conclude with an understanding once again of how powerful you are as humans and how powerful your choices are, and that you are always making choices, whether they are conscious or whether they are subconscious. You are always choosing. And so my invitation to you, dear ones, is to bring as much conscious awareness as you can into your daily choices so that you can be powerful in your choosing, so that you can be mindful and not make choices from patterned ways of being or out of obligations or because this is the way you have always done it. It is okay to choose something new. It is okay to choose yourself and to choose expansion. But either way, dear ones, remember that you are always making choices. And so bring more presence, more mindfulness, more conscious awareness to what you are choosing. And if you choose something you do not like, this is information for you to make a different choice the next time. I thank you, dear ones, for being here, for doing your inner work, for growing and expanding. We are in amazing times of transition, transformation. And remember that the chaos that is swirling around does not need to have your attention. It does not need to have your energy nor your power. Stay focused in the light, dear ones. I thank you. Thank you, everyone, once again for watching these videos. And I do encourage you to send me an email, leave me a comment, let me know how these videos have helped your expansion, your growth, your healing. How do you use the information that comes in from Prime Creator? How do you use that in your everyday life for your growth? I want to know. All right, I appreciate you guys. Thanks again.